Hello everyone, welcome to Nandeep Academy's online platform. We have started our UPSC Simplified series under which we are discussing UPSC's PYQs uh, on daily basis. So today we are going to discuss one of questions of internal security from the previous year questions asked by the UPSC. So we will see the question first. So for effective border area management, discuss the steps required to be taken to deny local support to militants and also suggest ways to manage favorable perception among locals. So while solving any questions in mains UPSC, first you have to see which keyword has been asked by the UPSC. So here discuss is asked by the UPSC, and according to that you have to frame your answer that what is exactly the demand of the question. So here they have directly asked what steps need to be taken to deny local supports to militants and suggest ways to manage favorable perception among locals. So the first part of this question is steps required, and second suggest ways. So it's a straightforward 10 marker question. We don't have any complexity over there in this question. So we will see how to approach this question. So in this question, in introduction, we have to mention about India's international border in crude sense. Whatever information you have with you about India's international border, you can write it over there, or in crude sense, in you can also draw map of India. Okay, but that should be very small map because we are not expected to write about India's border on one single page. Your introduction and map should be completed in less than half part of the page in main examination. Then we are supposed to discuss the steps required to be taken, then way forward and conclusion by relevant statement, which should be futuristic. Okay, so we'll see the introduction. Okay, so in introduction, India shares its border with 7 countries, and it occupies a major strategic position in southern Asia. Okay, therefore it is necessary to manage the borders properly. Governments make a huge investment and provide good support for the border security. Seed border management possess major challenges around the world. So here I have summarize the exact position of India's border security in current scenario. You can write introduction in this way, or you can also mention about the India's international border. Okay, how much we have maritime border, how land border we have, and what are the problems that are created along these border areas. Okay, so in next part we can see what steps are required to be taken to deny local support to the militants. The first one is employment opportunity. We should provide employment opportunity to local people so that they can be economic empowerment of people can be ensured, and because of that they will deny support to militants. Okay, then grassroots democracy. Okay, elections of PRIs, ULBs or state legislative assemblies in affected areas can ensure economic or political empowerment of the local people, so that they will become aware about their political rights and they will deny support to the militant activities. Then media facilitation centers should be built in that particular areas, through which we can generate awareness among people, local people, and we can deflect them, or we can make them to deny support to the militants. Then intelligence grid can be created or should be created in that particular area, so that we can get intel on time and accurate, through which we can deny the local, or we can stop the local support to the militants. Then social development. How can we ensure this? By building educational facilities, okay, or providing them health facilities through which social empowerment of local people can be ensured, and because of this social empowerment they will deflect themselves from supporting to the militants, okay. Then sensitization of the locals, okay. The most important part is we have to sensitize local through the nationalistic point of view, okay. We have to tell them about the security of India or importance of security of India and the role they are playing as a catalyst in this security related to India. And lastly, awareness generation among local people. We have to generate awareness among local people about the possible adverse impacts when they support to the militants, okay. So through this awareness generation we can reduce the support of the locals to the militants. Then what way forward we should take, okay. So firstly, developmental initiatives, as I have mentioned earlier, we have to take measures or we have to initiate some developmental activities in that particular areas. For example, road construction through BRO, like that. Secondly, social empowerment of the people can be ensured through SHGs or educational institution. SHGs can ensure women empowerment, okay. Thirdly, controlling hate speeches. As we know that hate speeches is one of the most important regions which triggers the militant activities, especially in Jammu Kashmir or northeastern areas. So we can control hate speeches through various law and order initiatives. Fourthly, deepening of democracy. How can we deepen democracy? Building more grassroots level institutions, providing reservation to women or local people in elections, and lastly breaking psychological alienation of people. As we know that people living in such areas are psychologically alienated. For example, if we consider the people of Jammu and Kashmir, then they are psychologically alienated from the mainland people. So we have to break that psychological alienation. So here you can mention best model also, that itself a J&K model, where government has undertaken various steps to deny the local supports. For example, denial or the removal of the Article 370, then various special developmental projects undertaken by, then vibrant village program. So these are some measures undertaken by the government to deny the local supports to the militants. These schemes or the steps taken by government, you can mention this in conclusion also. And lastly, the conclusion, so that the border management is not just fencing out borders but also engaging local people in its security and prosperity. To transfer border areas as a frontiers of the development, it is necessary to work on the capacity building of the local people through active involvement in the social, economic and political process. So here we have mentioned the importance of local people in India's security and what futuristic measures or implication that we can have from this local people's participation in security of India that we have mentioned over here. So this is one of the questions of internal security for today. So thank you.